classic rock and country music facts and trivia. We're on a Halloween trip here, the third one of, as we're headed toward Halloween. Get them boots off. Waylon Jennings thought he was haunted after he was gifted a pair of Hank Williams boots. Haunted cowboy boots? Talk about an all-time great country music Halloween story. Waylon Jennings famously owned a pair of Hank Williams cowboy boots, which were gifted to him by Hank's son and Waylon's close friend Hank Williams Jr. They were black and white with a cool red design and made by famous designer Nudie Cohn, who invented the rhinestone-covered nudie suits that became so popular in the country music thanks to Hank Sr., Porter Wagoner, Graham Parsons, and even Elvis. And on the Ralph Emery show back in the mid-90s, promoting his book Waylon, an autobiography, Waylon recalled a spooky night at the studio when he first felt Hank's presence. He wore the boots there, a prized possession, obviously, and things went sideways. Hank Jr. gave them to me, and he came back in a couple of days and said, "Did they fit?" And I said, "Well, how did you know? I tried them on." He said, "I knew they'd fit, so I got to wearing them every once in a while because they were Hank's." One night I was recording and it was raining really bad and I had these boots on. And a guy that worked for me came in and said, "Chief, it's real bad." I said, "What do you mean it's real bad?" He said, "It's just real bad." And I said, "Well, what is it, you know?" He said, "You know that new Cadillac you just bought?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "There's a tree on it." Waylon's longtime drummer, Richie Albright, immediately felt that it might have something to do with the fact that Waylon had on Hank Sr.'s boots and made him take them off right away. And Richie Albright, who played drums, said, "Get them boots off." That's the first thing. Then I went out there and I said, "Looky, there's the whole tree is all over the car." I got out there and I said, "Raise that branch." And there was one branch over it. And I said, "Raise up that branch." And they did. And I backed it out. And right to this day, there's not a scratch on that car. In the book, Waylon has the story written a bit differently, saying the tree fell first. They went back into the studio after assessing the damage, and then lightning struck the recording tape inside the studio. He said there was ash on the ground of the studio from the electricity and burning, and it was then that everyone made him take the boots off. Regardless, it's a spooky story, and either Waylon really got really lucky, or if you're into ghosts and spirits, maybe you think it was Hank Sr. himself who had something to do with Waylon's brand new Cadillac coming out unscathed after the tree fell over on it, and the subsequent lightning. Waylon informed Ralph that the boots were a size 9.5, 9.5, and he said he was determined to make them fit no matter what. I was going to make them fit. I just kind of had a feeling that they might, and I had seen one picture of him with them on. Actually, Waylon mentioned several times throughout his autobiography that Hank Williams' ghost haunted him throughout his life. And he recalled seeing Hank's Cadillac for the first time and laying down in the back seat. Doesn't outright say that that's where he might have picked up the haint, which is what a lot of us Southerners call spirits or ghosts, but kind of implies that being the first time he was up close and personal with an important Hank artifact. I love this stuff, man. I mean, I don't buy into a lot of it. Some of it it's unexplainable. But anything Waylon's going to tell, I'm going to listen because I just love Waylon's stories. And Halloween's getting closer, so I'm going to find a real good one for Halloween. So be ready for that. You guys have a great day. God bless you. And I'm praying for you.